Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of 12-inch Figure Fanatic. Today we're going to take a look at a new figure I got from Present Toys. I've had a few figure reviews with Present Toys lately and they haven't failed me. So let's keep this trend going, hopefully. This is Leon, the Professional, Jean Reno's famous character. Probably his most famous character he played in cinema. Let's crack this open and see what we got. All right, so not too much to the box, but better than basic. And at the end, we're also going to do a side-by-side with a custom that I've had for quite some time, which, I mean, has a few shortcomings, so I don't think this figure is going to have a hard time beating it out. All right. So right off the bat, I'm pretty impressed with the sculpt itself. It is a little bit light as far as the skin tone, and something's going on with the lips. The nose is perfect. The nose is spot on. Not bad though, especially profile. Profile is spot on. It's got some bullets in there, and they are removable. Some pretty good detailing on that. Here you've got, what is that? Looks like a knife. Does it open? Man, it looks like it opens, but I can't figure out how you would do it. Okay, let's just assume it opens. Pretty nice there. Then you got a magazine for a sidearm. Looks like there's some, this actually works. Look at that. Wow. And the buckle's made of metal. Holster of some kind there, holster there. He's got socks. You don't see this too often these days. I do appreciate that. So he's got a shoe sculpt. The entire thing is a sculpt and painted, but it's done very nicely. Slightly weathered as well. I do like that. Yeah, pretty good overall. There's even some detailing on the hands, slight speckle. The underside does have some spray to it, so good there as well. The shirt might be a little bit too big. I don't know if you would agree, but this should be up here at the shoulder level. Instead, it's on the side here. But maybe it is like that in the film. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so pretty basic looking plant. The leaves are pretty thick. I appreciate that they're pliable, so you don't have to worry about it breaking. And there is some detailing in the veins of the leaf, some brown there. The soil though looks very generic, possibly a little too light, and also no variation in color. It's textured just fine though, so could use some detailing there. And overall, okay. Got the glass of milk. The glass itself looks like it's got some tint to it, which I don't like. But I do appreciate that this is entirely filled. Sometimes when you get a glass filled with something, it's really just a looped piece of paper, and then you look on the top and it goes all the way through. I think you know what I mean. So, pretty good there. All right, you got his cap. I've read some complaints previously about this figure that the cap just doesn't stay on the head. But it's not supposed to go all the way down either. Maybe some people assume it's supposed to cover his ears, but it really just sits on top. Let's see. Yeah, they're absolutely right. So it slides right off. I mean, what you could do is some double-sided tape. That would quickly take care of the problem, but yeah, it doesn't stay on too easily. Yeah. Looks like some things you have to assemble. Milk carton, assembly required. 2 of them. Oh, wow. That surprises me. And then the grocery bag, which is a little bit thicker than I would like for a grocery bag to be. So you got to assemble this too, though. Got his sunglasses, and they are made out of plastic. And probably, I wouldn't test it too much, but yeah, it's got some pliability. And then the lenses are opaque. Let's get those on him. So pretty good fit. There we go. Yeah, they do the job. All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's broke. I'm gonna have to glue that down. But I like how they did the words on the top there. If I remember correctly from the film, oh wow, they got the, I don't know what that is, like a worn out sticker on both sides here. I thought it covered the front as well, but I could be wrong. Good weathering though. There's some variation in color in the brown. And this doesn't snap at all. It's just for decoration. It's kind of flimsy too, if you look at that. And the way it opens here. Let's see. Oh boy, that doesn't open too easily. Jeez. Oh boy. I don't like how this opens. I would rather it had been like Velcro or snap closure. Okay, and then you've got this as an insert, which, I don't know. They took a shortcut there because it should be mounted. It should be a little bit larger to fill the space, and there should be drawers under here, not just gaps. And the whole thing is just kind of flimsy. They did line the interior with this sort of lime green. If only they had made this a little bit thicker, so it wasn't so flimsy looking. Especially this. It's a little warped. The whole thing is just a little warped. All right, what else we got here? We got 4 hands, in addition to the 2 that he's got on already. All weathered the same. His coat. I like how thin it is. When we do the side-by-side with my custom, you'll see like it's, back in the old days when the clothing for figures was too thick because they didn't have the proper materials. Not the case here. Very nicely done. Appropriate lining on the inside. And it doesn't close at all, but you wouldn't see him having it closed in the film, I don't think. And base. And it's got Leon on it. I would like if it had said the professional, but you know, very artistic rendition of his face looking up. Looks like the skyscraper. Some bolt cutters. Look at that, actual movements. This entire thing is made out of plastic, but nicely done. A revolver, and it's cocked back permanently. Doesn't move at all. This rotates but doesn't come out. It looks like it should come out. Nope, it's just glued in there. Another handgun. And the slide does move. And the magazine does come out with a painted round inside. Another handgun, also slide moves, and also, let's see, oh, maybe it's just stuck, but no, this one's not coming out. And we have another one. This one looks like this one has a silencer on the front of it. And that moves. And that doesn't come out. All right, so a few of these magazines don't come out. We have another revolver. Doesn't move at all there. And it rotates but doesn't come out there. Nicely weathered though. And one last one. Also permanently cocked back. And man, also the magazine does not come out on this one. Interesting. Nicely painted though. And that's pretty much it. So let's get this set up. We'll do the side by side and I'll give you my final thoughts and score. All right, so here he is again with all his accessories. And here is my custom. So big difference in the head sculpts. This one obviously looks more lifelike, but it's probably a little too light in the skin tone. This one a little bit better in the skin tone, but the head sculpt doesn't look as nice. Now, I will say that I think the eyes are more accurate in my custom than this one. They're a little too beady in the Present Toys version, but the rest is better. Also, remember I was saying that the material was a lot thicker back then. So as you can see, it makes it look a little bit cartoonish or artificial because of how thick it is. You don't have that problem with this one here, as you can see. As far as the interior goes, it didn't come with all of the little things attached. And the setup is a little bit different. So according to, I don't know which one is more film accurate, but according to this figure, the bolt cutters are supposed to go in here. And according to this figure, it's supposed to be a sidearm. And that's what it's slotted for. Also, a few shortcuts in the strapping here. This as well. It's more accurate to the film the way it's set up here. The pants, too long. It's supposed to be rising high, like in this figure here, socks exposed. The weathering is a little bit too severe, a little too much contrast in the weathering. This one is more subdued, more appropriate. But one thing you see here, I bought this extra, this is custom, is the violin case. Now there's been a lot of renditions of this figure over the years, and I haven't seen any of them come with the violin case. But the iconic scene with him walking alongside Natalie Portman in the street with all of their stuff after getting kicked out of their apartment is he's got the weapons case in this hand and the violin case in this hand. So to me, I knew I needed to have the violin case. Also, the plant with this figure, they went with some actual artificial foliage versus this, which looks a lot cartoonish, very fake. And I mentioned I didn't like the way they did the soil as well. Much better on this one. Not too much variation in the milk carton. And I did assemble this thing, and it was like origami, and you've got to have glue too, because you got to glue the top, pinch it off here and glue the top as the final step. This one already came like this, and I don't know. I'll let you decide which one looks better. Slight difference in coloring and in wording as well. Yeah. Now the case on this one, look at the top here. All of this stuff sitting in the lid. Film accurate, of course. This one, nothing. They took a shortcut, didn't put anything in there. Next, as you can see, it's got the drawers there, right? I'll pull this out and take the Present Toys one. And as you can see, exactly the same. They took the same mold, did the exact same thing, but they took a shortcut by not putting those drawers in. And like I said, with the Present Toys version, it's the way they constructed the outer case is very flimsy, right? This one, not the case at all. Now it lacks some of the detailing that the other one has, like the words on top here. But how easy is it to just take a marker and do this yourself, right? Now the handle was made out of plastic. It broke off, so I've got to glue that back on. But I don't know. I like this case better. As far as the weapons go, there's really no difference. Pretty much the same. And the selection of weapons is pretty much the same. This is a custom base that I got too. I do like this one because it's got the name. And just like the milk carton, the bag needs to be glued as well. So I would have appreciated if they constructed this ahead of time on my behalf. Otherwise, as far as scoring goes, this figure has a lot of excellent points. Other than the way they constructed the case, the way they made the plant, there's really no serious dings. This I could let slide. You know, like I said, double-sided tape, or you could even do like a liquid rubber on the inside and line the inside of it so it grips onto the head a little bit better. Otherwise, excellent figure. I'm going to give this a 8.7. Just minus some points for the shortcomings that I mentioned. Otherwise, thank you guys for subscribing and for watching my videos. And if you haven't checked it out, check out my recent video on Toys Wonderland and the scandal there. I can, very proudly say that I've parted ways with them and all of my waiting list items and pre-orders. It feels like a huge relief to know that my dealings with that company is behind me. See you guys next time.